Hello again, guys. We're going to go into a little bit of stuff out of this book right here. Intermediate Studies of the Human Aura, Dwal Kul. Almighty God, maker of heaven and earth, how bountiful are thy blessings, how beautiful are thy flowings, immortal soul knowings. I acknowledge thee, O thou creator of me. I acknowledge thy law and the stars and the firmament as the presence of the Christ who inhabits the cosmos, as the boundaries of thy habitation here in the plains of materialization, that reach like the rising and the falling of the waves of the sea, calling for the plains of the Spirit, the reaches of infinity. O Lord my God, come and talk and walk with me in this my paradise garden. My island in the sea, come, O Lord, in the cool of the day. Come, for I have prepared the way. And my offering is the sacrifice of the lesser self upon the altar of the heart. My offering is the 12 virtues, O let the Christ now impart. I kneel before the altar. I kneel before thy throne. My soul does long for unity, the wisdom to atone. It's pretty good. Nice little poem there. It's longer than that. It goes into more about using the other Chohans of the other rays to help with your meditation. What is that poem even talking about? Meditating. Coming into communication with God. Notice, in this my paradise garden, my island in the sea. Y'all, when you meditate, you get good enough at it, you can create your own paradise, your own sanctuary in the other plane. Because when you get good enough at meditating, you move your consciousness into the astral. When you get even better at it than that, you move up above the astral. You're going to start getting into the Buddhic. And eventually into the lower levels of the etheric planes. As you progress, get better at your meditations. Learn how to turn off the noise. I find that a good trick for me is to I don't want to say think, because the idea is to not think at all, but almost think is in a way that you're switching from a creator to a viewer at that point. I don't know if that makes so much sense, but when you start meditating and practicing things like remote viewing and all that, you got to learn to not try to label or define the things that you see as they come to you, as God's like revealing things to you in your meditation. You learn to become like a viewer. You just see it in the moment. It's the best way I can describe it. And it's harder to do than it sounds. Especially if you've, gone through any of the programmings. But yeah, that's not the only. I think there's some Rosicrucian teachings that go into, visualizing sanctuary, some kind of, tranquil place in your meditative state in your mind. So, what would your place look like? Have a good day.